Hello everyone and welcome to my YouTube channel. Watch my video and subscribe my channel. Luna lies to Lee and Sheila. Will's new puzzle to solve. According to the bold and the beautiful spoilers on Friday, August 22nd, Luna Nozoa will lie to Lee Finnegan and Sheila Sharp, while Will Spencer will have to solve a problem. After tricking inebriated Will into sleeping with her, Luna will decide it's time to return to Lee's apartment. Lee has been panicking out since she arrived home and discovered Luna missing, so she will be relieved when Luna returns. Of course, Lee will be unhappy with Luna for leaving without warning and not revealing her destination. Sheila will join Lee in scolding Luna as they demand to know where she has been. However, Luna is certainly not going to confess that she got Will intoxicated at his promotion party and then deceived him in bed. Luna, who is still trying to be on a better road, will most likely claim she simply went for a stroll, as Sheila instructed. That news will make no sense to Lee because Luna has been gone for so long, but she will finally let it go and warn Luna not to disappear like that again. Lee will push Luna to focus on her future, as she is still hoping to work out a plan with an attorney. Sheila will support Lee, but she will remain skeptical of Luna and what she has been doing. Luna will keep hinting at a cryptic plot, making Sheila concerned about her granddaughter's scheming side. According to BNB teasers, Will have trouble remembering what happened. Will may discover the discarded mask and recall flashes of Elektra, but he'll be perplexed as to why she'd leave after their heated session. Will's perplexity will be heightened by Elektra Forrester's text, in which she expresses her excitement for tomorrow night. Once Will is no longer captivated by Luna, he may recognize how strange that message was given the circumstances. Will have a lot to think about, but he won't be able to fully solve this puzzle after eating all that 180-proof booze. Will Thomas disrupt Hope and Carter's wedding in a dramatic twist? In September, Thomas Forrester returns to Los Angeles, as seen on Bold and the Beautiful. I am wondering whether Hope Logan's wedding is what pulls him back. Bold and Beautiful. Thomas Forrester's dramatic return to Los Angeles. We're going to discuss how explosive it would be if Thomas crashed the wedding. We all know Matthew Atkinson is back. He's begun filming for the CBS soap, and we only have a few weeks till Thomas Forrester returns to our television screens. What draws him back? And what happens when he returns? These are the big questions to ponder. BNB spoilers. Will Thomas Forrester crash Hope Logan's wedding? Fans are concerned that Matthew Atkinson will leave. This could simply be Thomas stopping in for a quick drive-by to finish off loose ends. Then Atkinson may leave Bold and Beautiful permanently, as they did with Wyatt Spencer. But, of course, most people, including myself, sincerely want Thomas back. We want him to stay around. I'm crossing my fingers because they're making such a big deal of Atkinson's return. They asked him to do a promo from the rear lot. Then Annika Noel posted. So there are indications that it may be a larger return. Carter Walton's bold move, proposing to Hope Logan. This week's BNB spoilers show Carter Walton telling Ridge Forrester that he wants to marry Hope. Of course he does. They've agreed to get married. But I believe Carter means he wants to marry Hope right now. Carter is expected to propose to Hope this week, according to other Bold and the Beautiful teasers. But Ridge interrupts them. So, is Carter proposing an immediate wedding? Maybe. I believe Thomas's most iconic return would be if he crashed Carter and Hope's wedding, abducted the bride and fled away with her. Liam Spencer's sacrifice. Will Hope choose Carter or Liam? Right now, Carter may believe that the only threat to his and Hope's happy ever after is Liam Spencer, who is neither dead nor dying. But I believe Hope only returned to Carter after saying she was done with him when she learned Liam was dying. I also believe Hope agreed to Carter's marriage proposal because Liam wanted her established with a nice stepfather for Beth before he died. Now that they know Grace Buckingham lied, Hope and Liam are getting extremely closer. She manufactured his symptoms and duped them with a false cancer diagnosis. Logan Torrance's feelings for Thomas Forrester resurface. You can tell Hope is feeling a draw towards Liam. She has few scenes with her fiancé, Carter, these days. If Liam convinces Hope that she should continue with Carter, perhaps because Liam is feeling selfless, Hope may proceed with her wedding arrangements. So Liam might want Hope Logan, but make a sacrifice for what he believes is best for her. That makes me think whether Carter Walton and Hope Logan are planning a small wedding soon, possibly in September. Then Thomas Forrester reappears, shows up and snatches the bride. Hope and Thomas, old flames, new trouble at B&B. I mean, Hope was madly in love with Thomas. She claimed she'd never felt anything like that. She was speaking emotionally, physically, and directly about everything. Of course, he left Hope, not the other way around. Thomas went away. So, not only would it be stunning and dramatic if Hope selected Thomas and deserted her fiancé at the altar, but it would also serve as a karmic smack to Carter Walton. Carter's wedding karma, Paris Buckingham and Quinn Fuller flashback. Do you remember Carter and Paris Buckingham at the altar in 2022? Carter's handsome sidekick, Quinn Fuller, crashed their wedding. She asked Carter to leave his wife and accompany her. Carter did it. He embarrassed Paris on the wedding day. I think if Hope did the same thing to him and walked out with Thomas, Carter would get a tremendous clap back, which he deserves. I could clearly see it occurring. Family secrets. Hope, Thomas, and Douglas Forrester's Instagram moment. For one instance, Annika Noel recently shared an Instagram story of Hope and Thomas embracing their son, Douglas Forrester. It was an extremely pleasant family occasion. That alone is a strong indication that Thomas Forrester and Hope Logan may be reunited. Or maybe Annika is simply praying for one. Although she is not a writer on the program, I doubt Carter and Hope's wedding will go well and successfully. Whether Hope ends up with Thomas or Liam, I don't think she'll finish up with Carter. Will Thomas crash Hope's wedding? B&B's most epic twist? Especially if Thomas interrupts Hope Logan's wedding and proclaims his love for her before asking Hope to pick him over Carter. That is something I would really enjoy. Every Thope shipper would. Of course. I believe Hope cares about Carter Walton, but I doubt Hope's heart belongs to him. Carter Walton and Hope Logan simply don't share the epic love she had with Liam Spencer or Thomas Forrester. In fact, if Thomas Forrester had been around, I believe Hope Logan would have married him by now. But when he proposed the second time, she wasn't ready to get married. Not yet. She wasn't saying no to Thomas Forrester. She said not just now because Hope hadn't been divorced from Liam for very long. I believe she simply wanted to enjoy being with Thomas. She needed to heal. She didn't want to rush anything. Steffi Forrester and past rivals. Why Hope still hurts. Of all, we all saw how sad Hope was after Thomas left town. She raged and blamed Steffi Forrester, which was completely justified. Hope tried to persuade Thomas to dump Paris and chose her when they returned to LA. It was during the vacation that Thomas confessed he was engaged to Paris. Hope was saddened again when Thomas rejected her. So, while she had no choice but to move on from Thomas, I believe her deep love and sentiments for him have not faded. In fact, Hope may walk away from her wedding to Carter and become split between Liam and Thomas. B&B's never-ending love triangles. Taylor Hayes, Brooke Logan, and Ridge Forrester. Now, if you listen here frequently, you'll know that I'm not a fan of love triangles. I am so tired of Taylor Hayes, Brooke Logan, and Ridge. It's been going on for literally what? 2.5 decades, nearly 3. It's completely insane. We've seen Brooke and the love triangle with Eric Forrester, Ridge, and other guys. We saw how Hope had fought with Steffi for so long to gain Liam. You know, when she got trapped in the gondola. Just everything in that long-running love triangle. So, again, I'm not a fan of them. Will Liam Spencer and Thomas battle for Hope's heart? However, if there are 2 guys and 1 girl, I would like that. I dislike witnessing ladies fighting over a man. But seeing Liam Spencer and Thomas Forrester struggle for Hope Logan's heart would be incredible. She argued with Steffi for a long time. It would be good if someone fought for her. I believe it would result in a fair play situation. Thomas and Douglas Forrester's return What comes next for Hope Logan? After all this time, if Thomas returns without his fiancée Paris and announces that they have broken up and that he and his son Douglas are back, I can see Hope's affections for Thomas returning, even if she is also thinking of Liam. For my money and time, Thomas disrupting Hope's wedding would be the greatest comeback ever. We will wait and see. Brad Bell rarely surprises us, but this is exactly what I'm hoping for. Luna's morning sickness on the way. Is Sheila the first to suspect baby twist? The bold and the beautiful spoilers suggest that Luna Nozawa's morning sickness could be on the way. Will Sheila Sharp be the first to suspect a baby twist? Of course, there is no assurance that B&B will present a pregnant plot, but all of the evidence points to that. Now that Luna has jumped on Will Spencer in bed, she could be pregnant. Luna keeps hinting at a plot, which could involve trapping Will with a baby. Luna believes that this could be her ticket to a permanent Spencer clan connection and eternal protection as the mother of Will's child. Whatever the situation, Luna is likely to become pregnant with Will's son or daughter. It may not be long before some pregnancy symptoms appear, including morning sickness. Sheila Sharp may be the first to figure out Luna's ultimate scheme. If Luna is experiencing nausea and other classic pregnancy symptoms, Sheila's wheels may begin to turn. It's easy to envision Sheila asking directly if Luna is pregnant at some point. Sheila may recall Will's drunken night in Deacon Sharp's spare room and understand Luna went missing about the same time. Luna may enthusiastically confirm Sheila's assumptions and claim it's all part of a plan to safeguard her bright future. Maybe Luna will believe she can persuade Will to start a family with her if she brings his child into the world. Regardless, Sheila may be distraught over Luna having Will's baby and concerned about the drama her granddaughter is about to unleash. This twist may make Sheila a great grandmother, but she will most certainly be concerned about the mess Luna is causing. Sheila may get concerned about Lee Finnegan's reaction as well, realizing Luna has created a nightmare that will only get worse. Even so, the schemer inside, Sheila may be a little impressed. Luna and Sheila are similar in their abilities to devise sly techniques. Therefore, Sheila may become determined to assist her in exploiting this bombshell. According to the bold and the beautiful teasers, Sheila will have to accept Luna's terrible behavior. So stay tuned for more shocking news and consequences. Sheila Carter dumped Luna because of her lies. Deacon has always supported his wife, Sheila Carter, and believed in her when others didn't. Is that all going to change? Keep reading to find out what happens next on the CBS soap. B&B spoilers are below. B&B spoilers. Deacon comforts Sheila for no reason. Deacon Sharp has provided his wife a shoulder to weep on as she mourns the death of her grandchild, Luna Nozawa. There is only one problem. Luna is not dead, and when Deacon discovers the truth, Sheila will have some explaining to do. Would you believe someone who grieved in front of you despite knowing the person wasn't truly dead? Sheila had put up quite a show of grieving for Luna after discovering Lee Finnegan was sheltering her in her flat. In her defense, Sheila was pledged to silence for obvious reasons. If the truth about Luna's existence is revealed, it will only be a matter of time before the cops show up and whisk her away in handcuffs. B&B spoilers. Luna Nozawa's death hoax exposed. According to bold and the beautiful spoilers, it's just a matter of time before fans realize Luna Nozawa is back in the shadows. When the truth about her grandchild is revealed, Deacon Sharp will discover that Sheila was aware she was not dead. In fact, he may accuse her of carrying out the death hoax herself. Whatever Sheila says, he will not believe it. According to soap opera teasers, Deacon Sharp will be so angry by his wife's falsehoods that he may even present her with divorce papers. Sheila genuinely loves Deacon and will fight for their marriage, but is it too late now? Should Deacon dump lying Sheila? Luna Nozawa stood in the dimly lit corner of Lee Finnegan's apartment, the weight of her secrets pressing down like a storm ready to break, her eyes darting toward Sheila Sharp, who loomed in the kitchen doorway with folded arms, suspicious gaze never wavering, while he paced furiously, her fingers tightening around her. Phone, as though she had half a mind to call the authorities again. But Luna, ever the schemer cloaked in the guise of innocence, forced a shaky smile and wove a tale that would only dig her deeper into the labyrinth she had built. A walk, she said, just a walk as Sheila had once flippantly suggested, a harmless stroll to clear her mind. Yet the hours that had passed, the faint scent of Will Spencer's cologne still lingering on her dress, and the phantom heat of their ill-fated encounter told. A different story entirely, one that she knew neither Lee nor Sheila could ever learn without her entire plan imploding. Will, meanwhile, sat in the wreckage of Deacon Sharp's spare room, the discarded mask glinting in the morning light like a sinister clue in a puzzle he wasn't yet sober enough to solve. Flashes of Electra whispering promises into his ear, her perfume laced with manipulation and her touch leaving an imprint on his disoriented mind. And now, with Electra Forrester's cheerful text chirping on his phone, promising a can't wait for tomorrow night, rendezvous that made no earthly sense after their supposed tryst, Will began to rub his temples, piecing together the shards of memory that didn't align, the flashes of Luna's dark hair, the taste of 180-proof fire still on his tongue, the soft laughter that wasn't Electra's at all, and the creeping realization that someone had played him. Back at Lee's, Luna clutched a cup of tea Sheila shoved into her hands. The older woman's voice low but biting. "You think you can out-scheme me, little girl? I invented scheming." And yet, beneath the menace, there was a glint of reluctant admiration. Sheila saw herself in Luna, saw the hunger for power, the desperate clawing for security in a world that had too often shut them out, and that tiny shard of kinship made her almost want to help, especially as Luna's fingers unconsciously rested on her stomach in a gesture Sheila didn't miss, one that planted the seed of suspicion. Was Luna pregnant? Was this the plan? A baby as a leash on the Spencer money, a cradle-born contract that would guarantee her position indefinitely? Lee, unaware of that layer, was already plotting to contact an attorney, to find a way to get Luna on track legally, financially, reputationally, while Luna nodded along and thought only of how to spin the next phase. The phase where Will would be cornered by responsibility before he even sobered up. Across town, Carter Walton rehearsed his pitch to Hope Logan, a hurried wedding. An expedited happily ever after before the ghosts of Liam Spencer and Thomas Forrester could slip through the cracks. His voice steady, but his eyes betraying a flicker of insecurity because even he felt the shift in Hope's gaze lately, the way her conversations with Liam lingered too long, the way her smiles came easier when Beth's father was near, and Ridge Forrester, walking in on Carter mid-proposal, felt the ripple of destiny that had always cursed this family's women. Too many triangles, too many wrong grooms, too many I do's that should have been not yets. And as news rippled that Thomas Forrester was back in Los Angeles, fresh from a quiet split with Paris Buckingham, the entire equation shifted. Thomas, ever the wild card, had seen the post, seen the wedding whispers, and packed his bags with a single mission. Not to sabotage, but to claim, to walk into that wedding chapel if need be, and ask the one question that still burned between him and Hope. Do you still feel it? And the answer, deep down, was yes, though Hope's lips hadn't yet formed the words. Liam, watching from the sidelines, his own life a carousel of comas, cancer scares, betrayals, and self-sacrifices, considered stepping back nobly, telling Hope to marry Carter, to let him be the martyr one last time. But even he knew that kind of selflessness was its own form of selfishness, a way of staying tethered to her heart without the mess of pursuit, and so he lingered too, a ghost in her decisions. In the midst of this, Will's puzzle grew darker, a mask, a message, a night that felt like theft more than passion, and a creeping nausea in Luna's mornings that Sheila noticed before anyone else, the way her face paled at breakfast, the way her hand lingered over her belly as though already protective, and the older woman's eyes narrowed, a schemer recognizing a pregnancy plot when she saw one, perhaps even impressed at the audacity, but furious at being kept in the dark. You think you're the only one who can play long games, Sheila whispered to herself, already drafting her own strategy to either exploit or expose this granddaughter she wasn't sure she loved or loathed. And somewhere in this storm, Deacon Sharp nursed a betrayal of his own, realizing the woman he had comforted in her crocodile tears over Luna's supposed death had known all along she was alive, that they had hidden her, that this entire morning had been theater, and the moment that truth emerged, he would not just rage. Luna, sitting quietly at Lee's table, while the two women bickered over her like rival wolves, plotted her next move. A baby announcement that would tie Will to her, force his wealthy father Bill Spencer to reckon with her presence, make her untouchable for at least 18 years. And if Sheila wanted to play accomplice or adversary, that would be decided by who moved first, meanwhile, across a flickering screen of Los Angeles power and legacy, the Forrest or Logan Spencer.